Welcome back to After Dark with Books, wherever you're listening or watching. I'm your host, Amanda, and
Hi, Melissa. Welcome back. Good morning, or good afternoon, or evening.
we dive into books we've read, including dark fantasy, dark romance, thrillers, and plenty of spice. For each episode features intimate discussions, captivating characters, world building, and our personal theories. Content warning. This podcast contains mature themes and discussions that may not be appropriate to all audience. This episode includes explicit language and descriptions of nature of romance, violence, and other intense subject matters. Now let's get into this video about Unhinged and Echoes, Dancing with My Demons. There will be plenty of spoilers, so consider this your warning.
Yes, fair warning. We are talking about Unhinged, and we did a buddy read. What do you call it? Sisterhood of the Traveling Book. Our other book talk friend, Carrie, I sent the book to her. When she was done, she sent the book to Amanda. And so I have their tabs and their little notes inside the book. So yeah, this was 5 stars book. I really like this book.
Yeah, and the only reason that I read it is because of you, and then we kept seeing, or you kept seeing, the audio being played around.
Because I didn't know nothing about it until I seen the audio and I was like, what's that? And I was like, I was intrigued.
I think you were intrigued on the knock, knock, little killer. Huh? Yeah.
I really did like that. I don't know. This book was good. And then a lot of it was because it's set on mental health issues. Bipolar, schizophrenic, depression. What else?
Trauma. There's a lot of trauma, unaliving.
Personality disorder. There's a lot in here that it intrigued me with it. And then the triggers. See, I don't think I have trigger warning or triggers. I haven't came across any yet. Oh yeah, because it says PTSD, OCD, anxiety, suicidal. I don't know if I can say that on here. Unalive, and just some trigger warnings. I think the second book has more trigger warnings.
Oh, yeah, and there was some things in the second book which we'll get to next week if you pay attention and listen. Next week there's a lot of unnecessary things that happen in book 2.
Yeah, I think I want to say book 2 is a lot darker one, but book 1 I can understand. We're getting introduced to the characters, we're learning the characters, and then I believe book 2 will dive in more. Book 2 dives in more of why they did what they did to get to where they're at. So
right, and book 2, we learn about a couple of our students / patients' backstory of why they're in there.
And I feel like the audio, if you read this, just listen to us. If you don't listen to us with one other thing, just listen to us. Read it with the audio. The audio is chef's kiss. It is so... I thought the audio was good for Unhinged. It was good. But Echo, that's a whole... The way... they say the words so like dark and mysterious, and it just like keeps you glued. I think I read that book in 24 hours. I want to say it didn't take me that long.
Both times, or just the first?
The first time I physically read it. Remember, because on Unhinged at the time there was no audiobook for it, so I had to physically read it. So I'm a slow reader. So actually,
no, it didn't take you that long.
I finished this quick. And then I went back and reread it, and it took me about a day and a half. But Echoes, that was quick. Echoes was by far.
Yeah, I finished Echoes within 2 days.
What do you think? Who's your favorite character, though?
Right now, since we're in book 1, I'd have to say...
Yeah, book 1.
Gray. But then I don't know, towards the end of this book, we'll get into it. Theo towards the end, yes.
I don't know, I liked Gray, but I was always, day 1, I was Theo. Because he was such an asshole. And I think I like the assholes.
Yeah, and he is quiet. He's reserved. He keeps to himself. People know not to, fuck with him.
He's watching you. So, yeah. But
yes, very observant. He is. And I'd like to see how he plays out in the next books. Yeah.
But you have to stay tuned to next week's podcast to hear our thoughts on Echo. So, are we going to dive into Unhinged? You want to go first?
Yeah, so this is like the plot. This is like the first like episode plot of where we dive into this first book. That's how I picture it.
If you see us looking over, we're looking at notes, and I am actually live on TikTok, so you can, if you want questions answered, you can like hear it and all that. So if you see us wandering our eyes, it's because we're looking at notes and things.
Yeah. So this kind of reminded me of like a first episode. Like this is the plot. This is how we're going to get introduced to each character. That's how I went into it. Yes, it took me a little bit longer to read because I was annotating. It was my first time annotating. So it took me a long time to finish this book.
I didn't even know how to annotate. I just thought you just highlighted shit. I didn't know you can write in the book. I mean, it's my book, whatever. But I didn't think you can write in the book and all this. So when I seen yours and Carrie's, when I got it back, I was like,
yeah, I had to stop, and I'm like, oh hell no, I gotta write this down. I didn't like cook and clean or nothing when I immersive read this book. I sat and I read immersive read with the audio because I didn't want to miss anything.
I sat and immersive read with it as well. I didn't do anything that I can recall. That I can remember. No, because remember, I physically read it, and the second time, no, I sat in my reading chair, and I was just glued.
So Avery goes in, now if I remember correctly, they're at a courthouse or a police station. Avery's with her social worker, and they tell her that she's not going to prison, that she ends up getting accepted into Lilydale Institute. And she goes there, and it's not a very warm welcoming. So that's kind of where I picture her walking into this dark, gloomy kind of.
Maybe like an old, like haunted-ish, like hospital type setting-ish.
Yes.
Kind of. That's what I was like picturing, and like lights flickering and all kinds of weird crap.
Bugs crawling, maybe a couple of bugs crawling on the wall.
And those flowers. What the hell? Who wants to see some ugly ass flowers?
The guards aren't so nice to her. She is greeted with
nice to anyone though.
Except.
Yeah.
She gets greeted. I believe Vivian's the first one that greets her and like, hey, welcome to Lilydale. I can picture like this like psychotic like teenage young woman, because these are young people. They're like in their 20s, right? Everybody's kind of like in their 20s.
I believe so. They're like in their teens. I think the other characters, I think Theo and Gray might be a little older.
Okay.
Not in their 30s or nothing. I don't know, but they're like later teens.
Maybe 22. That
maybe. I don't know, because they don't say like the age, but just by listening to them and the way they're talking, they had to be like maybe mid-20s or something like that.
Yeah. And so Vivian greets her, and this is how I picture it. I believe Gray's in the corner and he's watching her because he automatically becomes obsessed with her. I think he's in the corner like, yeah,
that's my next bitch or something. I don't know. It's just, I was thinking the same thing, like, because he was just watching her. Everyone was watching her because she's fresh meat.
Yeah, she's there because somebody had unalived themselves. That's why there was a spot open.
That was the only reason why she was able to get that spot. That's right? Yeah, they did say that in the book.
Yes. So she gets that spot because somebody unalived themselves, and then she's, going to her room. She's used to being alone. She's there because she set a fire to her house. It doesn't give too much of a backstory in this book of why she set the fire. I know that she has bandages on her arm because of the scars from the fire.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. They were from the fire.
And so she's going to her room. The door slams shut, so she's like, well, I guess I'm alone. Then the door opens, a guard comes in, and she's taking she goes and takes a shower with all the other girls, which kind of giving me the scene of like prison. Don't drop the soap.
You know what it gave me the scene of? I only seen one episode of that show, and I was like, nah, we ain't going there. Orange is the New Black.
Yes, I was
picturing that as well, like the shower or whatever, because like I said, I only seen one episode, and after that I was like, oh no, we're done. I cannot. No.
To season 3 on that show, and then there was a certain thing that happened, and I'm like, no, I'm done. But yes, if I think about it now, yeah, it kind of triggers that kind of feeling.
It does, and I'm like, no. And then they only had 15 minutes. Really? Come on. What if someone has like really long hair or something? How are you supposed? Man, it takes me freaking 15 minutes to wash my hair. So almost 15 minutes. So
I've got you beat. It takes me 20 to 25 minutes in the
you
shower.
got a lot more hair than I do.
You know, and then you got a shaving legs day, shampoo.
Yeah, so I'm like, really? So, and then that was just awkward.
I wonder how they do shave their legs because it's an
I don't
interesting.
think they can because they can't have the no. Yes, they can. It's not in this book though.
No, it's in 2.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So Avery gets out of the shower, she goes and eats, and she walks into the eating room and she doesn't know where to sit. And everybody's looking at her.
No one wants her to sit at their table.
That reminded me of Mean Girls. Remember when
I was about to say that. It reminds me of Mean Girls when Katie? Was it Katie? What's her name? Oh my gosh. The Lindsay Lohan's character. When she got there, she didn't know where to sit. Nobody wanted her to sit with her. So that's how this was. Except for like Theo, he's just like, I can just picture him like eating or whatever and his head down. He's like, whatever, bitch. Just sit the fuck down.
I wonder why
because he doesn't say anything.
No.
He just looks.
I wonder what his first thoughts were because later on in this book, we kind of get a glimpse of how he really feels about. So I kind of want
to talk about that part, right?
What part?
About the room.
No.
No. I don't think we should talk about that part because that is like
right.
That is like too much revealing of the book. So,
but I would like to know his first initial thoughts when she went to sit down for the first time. What do you think?
I think he was just like, "Why are you sitting here?" But I don't know because what we find out later on in the book, like he can tolerates her.
Right, and so during lunch, a man stands on the tables. If you remember correctly, his name is Damon. He stands up, and I didn't understand the numbers as well.
I don't understand numbers. Me either. I still don't get the numbers. I don't think they explain the numbers.
I don't think so either. But maybe we later on find out, I guess, because of the way book 3 ended. Or book 2 ended, I'm sorry, the way book 2 ended.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm confused on the number thing. Like, why was she number 3 or something? And then, was it 3 or 2?
No, she was 3. And then she got bumped up to number 1, I believe, in another...
Yeah, so. I don't know. Yeah, that number thing, glad you brought that up. I did not see that. It did not say anything in this book what the numbers meant.
No, and I don't think she even said it several times. I don't know what these numbers mean.
I still don't know what these numbers mean. Mm-hmm. That's what she was saying. So it's like, I don't know. But I thought it was, what's next? How do you have this? Yeah, when Damon stands on the table, I guess he's announcing them for free time.
They disperse, and she goes and hides in the library. Remember that?
Yeah, because she doesn't think no one goes in the library.
Right. And she's in the library huddling, and I picture her like just sitting there, like trying to make herself invisible. And then all of a sudden, she's hearing these footsteps. And someone's getting beat up.
Oh yeah, wasn't it Sam?
Sam, yeah, and he kind of like, she sees it and she's like, oh, I wonder what he did, or and Damon and Gray are like, fighting him, and then like, I didn't put it in the notes because I didn't know if you wanted to talk about it, but the whole toe thing. Remember?
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I had to think on it for a second. I totally forgot about the toe thing. Yeah, we can. Alone. We can leave that alone. Let the people read for themselves. The toe thing.
Seriously thought it was going to go left, and I'm like, but Sam glances at her, and I don't remember if you remember he glances at her. Do you think he remembers who she was? Because after that part in the library, he gets turns into a bit of an asshole after that whole library scene. Remember in the cafeteria?
Yeah, but I don't think I don't think anything of it. I just think he was just a jerk.
He was a real asshole. That whole cafeteria scene where he's just like pushing her and it just aggravated me the way that he behaved. But we're not going to talk about something, but somebody was watching that whole thing.
Yeah, he was. And there is a gift involved. We're not going to say what the gift is because I don't want to ruin everything in the book. But when I saw that, I was like, what the hell?
What was your initial thoughts? Who did you think it was? We won't say who it is, but who did you initially think it was that did it?
No.
Yeah, it left me kind of like, okay, it's there. Who did it? Because Theo didn't give me the vibe. Theo didn't give me those vibes that he would have done it. Like,
no, he didn't. No, he didn't give me those vibes because at first he was like quiet, and I'm not saying he was innocent. Obviously, he's not innocent. He's in an asylum, so like asylum prison. So yeah, I kept going back and forth to Damon and Gray at first. I was like, why would they? I don't understand. Because they were nowhere near
that we know of.
True, because it did not say in the book.
It just said cafeteria, and I'm sure a lot of people were watching, but I'm surprised nobody stepped in. But maybe she's the new girl, so why step in? I could picture Damon like holding Gray back, like, no, this isn't about us. You let her be her.
Okay, I know he's too old, but if they came out with a movie, do you want to know who I see Damon as? Damon from Vampire Diaries, but he's too old to play that part.
Yeah, he could probably play the doctor,
He could play like one of the doctors or something, but I see him, like the younger version of him, playing Damon, the one that's like on the table, no free time, or just because how his character was in Vampire Diaries. I don't know, I can just picture this and the way he looks and his mysterious eyes or whatever. I can see him playing it.
Yeah.
But I can also see him playing the psychiatrist for some reason too.
Dr. Smith?
Yeah, I can see him playing Dr. Smith. If he could be a character in the movie or something, I could see him doing that.
Yeah.
So.
Agree. I can agree with that.
I don't know who I can picture, Theo or Avery. I can't picture, or Gray. I can't picture them, but I can picture Damon.
Maybe for me, for Avery, it'd probably be Joey King. She plays in the Kissing Booth movie. She played Gypsy Rose movie.
I've seen the Kissing Booth, but I'm trying. Does she have the curly hair?
I've never seen the movie, but I know she's in. Joey King would play an Avery.
Yeah, I don't know the actor's name. Her name. I need to see a picture, and then I probably know who the actress is. I just can't picture her right now. So I can't picture who she is. But I can't see anyone for Gray or Theo yet.
Because she's still young. Let me find a better picture of her. I don't know. Maybe.
That's who I was picturing. Because she's got her eyes and...
She's small and petite. She could pull playing Avery.
Maybe. I could see her. Maybe.
I don't know.
Because I can't see anyone else. I'm not picturing anyone else.
Yeah.
So, and then what else do we have?
So we skip that one part, and Sam is in the infirmary getting fixed up. Gray starts visiting Avery and invites her to one of their first meetings, him and Damon's first meetings.
Yes. And she's like, how are you guys able to walk around like this? Some secret society type thing. It's like the secret society. It reminded me kind of like, I know we're saying our age here, Cruel Intentions, just a little bit. It brought me Cruel Intentions.
Yeah. Okay.
Just because of that movie. Like, I don't remember all of it, but I just remember like bits and pieces of it. But
oh yeah, I remember a lot of it.
The secret society thing.
My like shirt?
How the food was nasty. I could just picture her face. I could see Avery's face when she's seeing all the food on the table. She's like, food.
Real freaking food.
Real food, not this crappy stuff that they're serving serving them.
Yeah, and then they break during the meeting. They break, and
Mhm.
there's things going on in certain parts of the library.
If you read this book, you know.
The hole in the wall.
How do you even like I how do you position I don't know and how big is the hole? Like you gotta be able to do your yeah, I was picturing all this in my head. I'm like,
I didn't get it at first. I'm like, a hole in the wall. What?
oh,
What?
I got it. But I was
It
just
took
like,
me a
how?
minute.
I was like, how? That's some freaky deaky crap right there.
Yeah, and she's like, "What the heck?" And so her and Gray get really close. He starts coming to her room,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, "How the hell is he getting in here?"
Talking, trying to figure her out.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to figure her out.
But the way that he figures her out makes me feel like he already knew a lot about her.
Well, yeah, because obviously he read her file.
We didn't know that until later on in this book that he did. And they
But
ask,
what? But when they would meet and how they were talking in the meeting and stuff, I was like, oh yeah, they've read up on everybody's file because there's not that many people in there. But it's like 100 or so people, so yeah, they've read the files. It's
how many
devious.
how many people do you think are in this institute? Because I picture
They
not
said
a
it.
did they?
Yeah, they said it. It's about 100 people.
Oh, okay. I must have
Hmm.
missed that.
Yeah, they said it. It's about 100 people. It's not very many people, so that's why I'm like, that's why I said, oh yeah, they've read up on files. The way they can get in there and um certain characters have certain advantages because
Oh,
of certain people.
internet person, the
Mm-hmm.
key person. I didn't
Camera.
under right. I didn't understand why Damon wanted Avery to get the key. Because when she
They
goes,
didn't
it's
explain that.
no, and maybe it was like to test her loyalty.
I was thinking the same thing, probably to test her, just to see how like if she trustworthy, if
Yeah,
she'll keep a secret, if she's quiet, trustworthy, worth it to be in their secret society. So
yeah, and then so somebody gets the actual key to Dr. Smith's cabinet.
I don't remember who.
I'll tell you. That happens at the end of this book, or maybe. Well, I think it happens at the end of this book, and or maybe in the beginning. I do know who it is, but I don't remember if it's in book one they find out or towards book two they find out who it is. But somebody goes in there, gets the right key, and I could picture it. You ever remember, or if your high school did it, throwing papers and like burning or what? Not really burning, but throwing papers around at the end of the school year.
No, we didn't do that. We would have got in trouble.
So that's how I pictured it. Like everybody just like somebody tossing out papers.
Oh,
And
what movie was that? I'm thinking of a movie and I can't think of it. When they threw the papers and it's falling all down the stairs and everything. Are you talking about when they find out the issues with her? I don't want to say to ruin a lot of stuff with the book. Are you talking about when they find out about her?
yes, somebody
Mm-hmm.
went in there, made copies of
Oh,
the.
I know who it is.
Okay,
They do say it in Unhinged. It had to come back to me. Yeah, I know who it is that did it.
so it's a mess. Papers everywhere.
And that's when Theo grabs her. I would have thought Gray would have.
I think she didn't do that is because I think Gray and Damon are on the side of the wall, and maybe they were giving her vibes that they freaking did it because she didn't possess the right key for them, like they
Maybe,
wanted her to.
maybe.
And I think too, I was like, there is a connection between the Doctor and Damon. How is he able to have all this power?
Yeah, because we didn't. Yeah, there's a lot. Well, as we know, there's a ton of connections in that book. And I'm like, wow.
And there has to be a reason. So I hope in book 3 and 4 we get Damon's backstory and even Gray's backstory.
We did get the backstory of Gray in 2. Are you talking about the reason why he's loyal to yeah, okay. Yeah. Probably book 3. I'm hoping. I cannot wait. The 28th needs to hurry up so I can get the audiobook so I can read book 3.
So
But
go ahead.
we have to wait for book 4, October.
That's a good, like, creepy kind of read. Well, I
Mm-hmm.
hope it's
It's
creepy.
gonna be. I don't want to say who. Well, obviously, if people have seen her website, Steph. How do you pronounce her name?
Steph.
Steph Micah, right? Mecca. Steph. Steph Mecca. So if you've been on her website, then you know book 4. I want to say this is. Who do you think is on this cover? Do you think this is Gray or Theo?
I think it's Theo. After reading book 2, I know the cover is gray.
You think this one's Theo?
I think it's Theo because after reading book 2, I think the cover of book 2 is gray. Just
Okay.
because a whole bunch of freaking, knives are involved whenever he's around.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. That does make sense. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was trying to figure out who's on the covers of these books. Because who is it? But okay. And sorry, I didn't mean to go off. It popped in my head. So I'm just
Oh
like,
no, you're okay. So Theo takes her, and he takes her to
well, we don't. Wait, are we saying where he takes her?
No,
I,
we won't.
okay. I want to not ruin the. I mean, tell some spoilers of the book, but I don't want to ruin it for our viewers and the TikToky people that
Okay.
have not read Unhinged. Again,
Okay. Highly recommend it, but please check your trigger
oh,
warnings.
please check your trigger warnings. Yeah.
But I like his, I'm gonna backtrack. There's a part in the book where Theo takes off her bandage and she sees him in a room tattooing himself.
Yeah, yes, because, and she kept these nasty bandages and they were gross and stuff.
And the person who told her that was Damon. Those look dirty.
He's straight asshole, but
Some people will behave in a certain way because maybe eventually, if someone hates you enough, they either A, really hate you, or B, they're starting to see that you're beautiful and they want to get to know you as well, but they can't tell you that you're beautiful because someone else already likes you and they can't let those feelings.
you need to go read the Raven Hood series because you just described one of the characters in there. And I'm not going to tell you what character, but you need to go read the Raven Hood series. I'm thinking of a whole different character when you're describing that because I'm in a whole different world. If there's someone in the live and you've read the Raven Hood, you know what she's talking about.
Yeah, I'll get there. Melissa just keeps adding books onto my TBR. I mean, I'm not even done with Zodiac Academy.
Girl, we have yeah. I can't help it. It's my TikTok friends. It's the book talk community.
Yeah, the book talk community make me snapping pictures. Oh, I gotta read this next.
Yeah. So where were we? Sorry.
We backtracked, and then Gray takes her to hide. Not Gray.
Theo.
Sorry. Theo takes her and hides her. And then they hear footsteps, and they hide. And I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah.
So they hide, they get out, she comes out, and then Damon Gray and their crew, Secret Society, go on this hunt of who leaked those files. So they go hack into the camera system, and Damon
when
find
everything goes to
because like I said earlier, Gray and Avery were getting super super close. Nothing sexual or anything. Well, yes and no. Yes and no.
Wait, are you talking about Gray and Avery, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, they were getting close. Yes, but I thought you said Theo. Her and Theo just seemed like a
Friends.
friend-ish because he was like, "Why are you in here? Why are you talking to me?"
He didn't give me off the vibes that he was into her.
No, I didn't see that at all. No, that did not come across me at all.
So it surprised me the way he behaved and the things that he did in this book. Because I would have expected it to come from Gray because Gray was such a selfish, obsessive prick towards Avery, and
Mhm.
I would have thought these things would have been his doing. And even in the courtyard, because I can picture it a courtyard when Sam was bullying Avery once again, and I would assume that Gray would have jumped in and, hey,
I
back.
think he was there.
You don't think so?
No, no.
You think that's why the other character had to do what
Mhm.
he did? Because that was after they went into hiding, remember?
Mhm.
That happened.
Yeah, I don't think Gray wasn't around. I don't know where he was, but the way I was reading it, he wasn't around, and she really didn't want to go out there in the first place, but she wanted a break from the library, and so she went out there, and she was by herself. I didn't even know the other character was there, and then
Mhm.
all of a sudden, bam, he was like right there. I could see it in my. I was picturing everything when I was reading
I
it.
pictured it a prison yard with like all these
Yeah, that's
barbed
how I was
wires
picturing it, like barbed
around.
wire and stuff like that. That's how I was picturing it. And then all of a sudden, bam, to the rescue, the other character was there. And I'm like, where the hell did you come from? It didn't even indicate that you were anywhere because that character was locked up. He was in confinement.
Oh yeah, because
Yeah, because
yeah.
you didn't see him for a while, and then because whatever, all the other stuff that went down, and then all of a sudden you're like I could just see her, and I'm like sitting there, like I can be like, this is how I read books. I sit on the outline. I can see when I'm reading. I'm like on the outskirt, just watching.
I do the same thing. That's funny you say that. I do the exact same thing when
So
I'm
I'm
reading,
just sitting there, like,
or I'm following that character around like I am their shadow, and I'm like, or ghost, and I'm just walking around
mm-hmm,
watching them go through the motions.
yeah. That's how I read. Like sometimes if I
Interesting.
can really get into a book, it's like me sitting there in a chair or couch or whatever. As I'm reading, I'm just watching you. Like the character, like I'm picturing the character in my head. I've always read like that. Like I can just see.
Yeah, me too. I've always read, well, not like, but I've always pictured myself in the story behind the main character. So when
Mm,
we are reading this, I pictured myself right behind Avery.
yeah,
Well, book two's different, but yes, I pictured myself.
I'm still like sitting there, like okay, we're doing this. Okay, even in this one, I was like,
Yeah.
why in there? Why of all places in there? But
Yeah, Gray has some very weird tendencies when he likes to
mhm,
play around, so to say, to keep it clean for.
sort of, yeah. Mm-hmm. I, yeah. He a little out there, a lot out there. And then that's pretty much it, right? I don't want to give too much away. Oh, and then Mr. Gray finds out.
Yes. Well, no. The way, well, he does find out, but the way that Damon makes him find out is so
He did that
fuck.
on purpose
He
because
did,
he didn't like
and
her,
I could picture him.
or it's not that he didn't like her, jealousy or something could have been.
Okay, I didn't see that.
Because by reading book two and then coming back to book one, I'm seeing what. Sorry, guys, that's my chair squeaking. I hate this chair. Now I can see why he was doing things to Avery. It's coming. I'm putting two and two together, so I'm like, mm-hmm.
I could picture
Think
him
about it.
turning, flipping the laptop, or handing him the laptop, and like, here, press play.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I can see it. So now I can. Since you said
Ugh,
something, I put two and two. I'm like, he did that shit. He did it on purpose.
yeah. Yeah, I'd have, yeah.
Yeah, on purpose.
Definitely, definitely. And then that ending, the way that, Sam ends up and everybody is trying to figure out, well, what happened to Sam?
Wait, I'm still trying to figure out. Wait, are you talking about book one, correct?
Yes, I'm talking about
Okay.
book one, yes. And because I'm talking about the ending and setting the ending of the book where that happens in the courtyard and then something happens to Sam. They don't know whether he was unalive. Yeah, yeah. Sam doesn't.
Yeah, because the second. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember now. Sorry, I'm like sitting here trying to like. I could see it in my mind going back and it's like rewinding. It's so weird how I can see things. But
and something happens to Sam, and I picture everybody's in that small like hallway, like what happened, what's going on, cops are here, what's going on, and I
Mhm.
and I picture Avery looking at Gray and Damon, and they're sitting back, on the wall, like, mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And that's why I think in her mind,
She thought that.
she thought it was them. And I still think in the back of her mind going into
But
book
you know it
two,
wasn't them.
uh, I, I,
I'm not
I,
gonna say anything because
I,
I'm not gonna.
well, yes, I know who it was, but I'm not going to give that away because you have to read book one and figure out what your own theories
Oh yeah,
are.
I didn't say like I didn't mean like I meant like at first when I read it I was like there's no way it could be them. So I didn't think it was them either.
I didn't either. Well, I kind of figured it was one of them. Kind of thought it was Damon,
Yeah, I
or
didn't think it was Gray. I
and I sure as hell didn't think it was Theo. But then again, I didn't
we
know
didn't
like
know. We
his
didn't know.
intentions
We didn't know. I had two guesses.
because he
Theo and
played his cards perfect. Theo
yeah,
just didn't. He showed no emotion, no nothing.
and Morris nothing. He was, and I think that's why I liked that character. Because I don't know, maybe I like Damon's character too. Because I always like the characters that are straight up assholes. I've always been like that in books or in TV shows. Hello, Vampire Diaries, Damon. I thought Stefan was like this little bitch. I mean, Stefan was
Oh,
alright, but when
he was
Damon came
good.
in,
He was good to look at. Stefan was good to look at, but Damon was that badass. Let's not take,
mhm. And I
you
think
know,
that's why I like the badass characters in Unhinged, just because they're just like mellow and you can't see what's coming next from them,
right.
especially from Theo.
Yeah,
And then yeah, I
yeah.
think just the way he carries himself, I'm like, you one of them, okay. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I can just see it. Gray, yeah, he's a little badass, whatever, a little bit, but you can see what's coming with him.
Psychotic too.
Yeah, very psychotic. But you can see what's coming from him. But like I said, Theo, you couldn't really like, you didn't know.
Yeah. Like,
So in book one, my favorite character was, I'm gonna have to go with Theo in book one.
I'm gonna go with the psychotic and go Gray. I don't know. Maybe it was because the way he used to come in and try and warm up to her
Or
and
he'd be
make
like,
her.
knock, knock, little killer.
I'm
You
not gonna
know.
kill you, little killer.
Oh yeah, I didn't read any things in here. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Gray because he's quiet. Or not Gray, I'm sorry, Theo. Because he's that quiet one. Like will catch you, like you won't know what's going on. Like unexpected. Yeah.
Like he's hiding in the shadows, just waiting for something to drop, and he's just out.
You taste sweet like trouble and danger.
Mm.
Reading a little quotes from Unhinged. And that was from you. Wait, you're Gray, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was your underlinement.
The spice, I'd have to give like 10 freaking chili peppers. Yes, it was psychotic. Yes, there was some objects and all that, and the hole in the wall. But I'm like, okay.
Or
This was 10 times better than Captured. It was done a different way than Captured.
yeah, Capture was more horror. It was horror with Captured and more disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
I like this series way better than. If I have to choose a series, it's all automatically Unhinged because
And I think this is going to be a series that you and I remember, and a
that I'm
book.
not going to forget it. I'm not saying I forget books, but my memory is not that well, so I don't think I would ever forget this book, and of course, like Fourth Wing, or Agatar.
Book 6 coming out soon. I
I
saw
know,
that.
but I have to read Crescent City. I'm not ready to read Crescent City. Those books are huge. Those are big ass books. But anyways, I just pulled up on this audio.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta listen to the audio. Make sure you can't hide from me forever. When he
God,
was
now I want to go
single,
back and reread it and pretend I didn't read it for the first time, and pretend I'm reading it for the first time.
I have to verify. Yeah, you can't hide from me forever. I can hear it. I can hear the voice in my head.
Yeah, Joe Arden does an amazing. All the narrators for these books do an amazing job.
They
I
did.
think,
They did an amazing job on the narration of these books so far. And I just can not wait to hear book three because I know, because book two was dark, the way they were talking, just the voices. So I can imagine book three, how that is going to play out. And we're going to leave you that. We're going to leave it there, which is Echoes. And that one's she dark. She dark.
yeah,
I think she's
we'll
darker.
be leaving spoiler chapters, not spoilers, when we do that book, when we discuss that book.
Yeah, we're not gonna be able to say a lot in that one just because there's a lot going on in that
Hmm.
book.
Yes.
But on that note, thanks again for listening. Thanks again for watching. Please follow us on all platforms. We are on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Amazon Music, Amazon Podcasts, whatever. iHeartRadio. We're on all the platforms. So until
Yes.
then, we will catch you in the next episode. Bye, guys.
Bye.